Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Vi, and I'll be facing off against the Nasus adventure from the Teamfight Adventures campaign. Since we need to beat this adventure with a Piltover and Zone champion in order to move on, I figured I'd use Vi, since I haven't played Vi in a while. Honestly, I don't really feel that confident. Vi's game plan is pretty basic. I don't know if we'll be able to keep up with the encounters in this adventure, but I'm going to try anyway. I'm running Vi's relic because obviously it has synergy with her, and then I have Troll King's Crown just to give Vi overwhelm. Hopefully that's enough damage to the point where we can just play Vi and then win with her on a single turn. Yeah, let's get to it. I'm not sure if there's any augment that we really want. Clear Mind is meh, we need stuff on board in order to proc the Relentless Force. Mutant is interesting. Ascension does nothing for us, I think. It just takes way too long to get online. So it's either between Mutant or a reroll. If we get lucky and... Actually no. I was about to say if we get lucky and we hit lifesteal on the Mutant, maybe we can have some good encounters. But the Wither completely mitigates the value of lifesteal. So maybe Mutant is worse because of that, because we can't roll lifesteal. So in that case we should reroll our powers here. BRB, Pilfer, or Little Buddies. Our curve is rather slow. In fact, we don't really have any 4-cost cards. We only have 1 or 5s. So maybe we pick up Little Buddies. At least it does something. I don't think we can afford to pick up BRB. We need the board presence right away. Yeah, let's pick up Little Buddies. I'm just going to have to play this adventure without a power unless, of course, I drop down a 5-cost. Because that's the only time our Little Buddies is actually going to have impact. Alright, I have Vi at 5 stars, so I start off with 3 mana. Well, that's a nice change of pace. I've been playing with champions that only start off with 2 mana for a while. So that means our start here is a bit more flexible. Honestly, I think I'll go Patrol Warden as to Academic. It's slow, but it's probably fine. Yeah, let's do it like this. Let's try to get something going for us by doing this. Well, if I survive this turn, I'm going to have a big turn next turn with the Vi. Do I care to play the Gotcha? Not really. I think this is better overall, just because we get more bodies on board, which translates into more blockers. Now I can just do this and mitigate most of the damage I take here. I completely forgot we had Crush as a power. Damn, I'm an idiot. Then in that case I'm just playing with Vi with 1 less relic. We'll make it work. Let's just drop down Vi here. She is going to attack immediately and level up. Deal a bunch of damage to the opponent's Nexus. Do I attack again? This is 29. If the damage from the patrol wardens it's enough for lethal. 29 plus 4 or 19 is plus 4 is 24. 24, 26. Not enough. At least not enough to close out the game. But if I do this, the breakpoint is a bit different. Actually, no, it's basically the same. But it does mean that the opponent's board gets cleared, at least. Maybe I'll be able to burn the opponent down. Nah, I only have one mystic shot. I'll probably use it to protect my Nexus by killing that one unit. I should have just brought regeneration for Vi. I can block here, here, here. We'll kill that one. Let's try to mitigate as much damage as possible. Vi dies here, but it's fine. I have another Vi in hand, so that's why I'm fine with trading Vi. I just dropped on Vi and she attacks immediately and I win the game. Honestly, this was not so bad. We only lost 9 health. So I'd say things could have gone significantly worse. But we don't really have a lot of regeneration. 6 is not a lot. Wiggly, Burrowfish, the Mourned, Plaza Guardian. The problem with all of this is that I don't really have a way to consistently reduce their costs. I guess we do cast a decent amount of spells, but still. You know what? Wiggly Burblefish with Black Liver is probably not that bad. It's an elusive and it does benefit from the little buddies. So I just have to get some more card draw and I should be fine. None of these are card draw, but the Poro King is an interesting choice. It benefits from the little buddies and we already have a way to generate Poros in our own deck in the form of the Poro Cannon. So maybe this is a good pickup. Then again, Braum is also interesting because of the Elixir of Iron being card draw, and card draw is good for our Relentless Force. I'm going to go for the Poro King. Seems a bit more fun. Let's go for the slot bot, purchase a couple more rerolls, and then move on from here. Let's see how we fare against the Big Game Tycoon. If we end up winning this encounter without much trouble, then I'll say we are fine while we're basically playing with Vi without an additional relic. Because it's been such a long time since I last played Vi that I forgot she had Crush on one of her star powers. I just looked at Vi and thought, oh, I have a rare relic slot. What would be good with Vi? Overwhelm seems good with Vi, so let's put Troll King's Crown on Vi. That was basically the entire thought process behind my choice. I'm actually going to go
Hope that's alright.
double one. This is grant or give? It's a give, okay. The problem is this guy sticking onto the board while the opponent's transforming units. I don't want that to happen. Can I kill him? No, not really.
I've lost my place.
But I can't chip away at him to the point where he gets very close to dying.
My writings.
Let's do Poro Cannon here. Okay, finally, I reached 10 attack. That's basically what I wanted. Now I can just be like drop down Vi, but I also have the gotcha here, so I'm going to use the gotcha right away to try and kill the big game tycoon. Now I don't have to worry about him getting value off of the big game tycoon anymore. And I can do this. Get some more Poros. Let's attack like so. None of the opponent's units have overwhelmed, so I'm not worried about attacking like this. Right, I forgot this guy. The first time he attacks or blocks, he captures an enemy. So I basically wasted my attack. I just wanted to proc the impact I had on the card. An unfortunate decision, but it's fine. I can just do this, get a free attack with Vi, level her up. And the next turn I'll do something else. Maybe play the Poro King. No. Maybe I should Veteran Investigator. Just give Vi an additional point of impact.
Good luck punching with that.
There goes Vi's keywords, damn. That's unfortunate. Well, he won't have quicksands forever. At least I hope he doesn't have more quicksands. I can still go for Wiggly Burblefish. I'll play this. And then Wiggly Burblefish. And now we can do this. I'll give this guy vulnerable. And now we deal 35 to the opponent's Nexus. Right, because while Vi's keywords are disabled, her effect still works, so she deals additional damage to the Nexus. Oh, I didn't expect to have lethal there. Okay, so it doesn't matter that we're basically playing with one less relic on Vi. Things are still looking up for us. Eminent Benefactor, an epic card from my regions, or Frosted Snacks. 2 mana fast burst speed Frostbite is usually good. Yeah, I'll pick it up. And now for a shop. Adaptation. Can I do better than adaptation? Honestly, nah. Not at a common. If it was a more expensive power, maybe. Champion item chest or a spells chest. Do I care about any of these? Not really. If the Poro sled was either 3 or 5 mana, I would pick it up, but since it's at 4 because of the ancient coin, it means it's significantly worse than it normally would be. So let's move on. Shadow in the Brush. or Erastin. Let's go for the Shadow in the Brush. I feel like Erastin will just control my board and then I'll die. Let's toss these back to the deck, keep the Veteran Investigator and the Vi. Oh, that's unfortunate. We don't really want to draw Gotcha in our opening hand. We'll make it work somehow. Let's go Wicked Apprentice so that way we have some extra spell mana in case this happens. I can't kill all of the opponent's units, but I can deal with this one. If only there was a way to increase my Eager Apprentice's attack. Unfortunately there isn't. Do I just skip this hand? Or do I do something else? I'll pass. I'll keep the Gotcha open as an option, just in case I need to hit something for 5. I suppose I'll hit that for 5 and block there. Alright, I can't because of Fearsome. So I'm spending my whole turn using the Gotcha. I think it would be more valuable to go ahead and
You're disrupting my research.
increase the attack value of the Vi, because that way I can play Vi next turn. Let's discard the Gotcha. We'll play Wandering Poro. Now Vi is up to 12. We can drop her down next turn, get a free attack off. Hopefully kill one of the opponent's units. Ooh, lifesteal. Sure, would be nice if it weren't for the Wither denying us the ability to heal in combat encounters. Honestly, I would have preferred probably quick attack. Let's just try to deal as much damage as possible to the opponent's Nexus. And then maybe we draw a burn here? Nope. But if the opponent kills Vi, I get to kill him with Vi back. That's fine. We'll do it like so. Preserve our health as much as possible. And I can't block the 3 attack unit because of Fearsome. Slowly and surely the opponents are chipping away at my health total. It's kind of sad. Wait, healing? Is it because the opponent's dying? Yep, the opponents died and then the impact procced, so I actually healed 7. Because your opponent's powers get disabled when their Nexus drops below 0 health. So I actually did manage to get some benefit out of the lifesteal there. That's huge. More board presence on the Poro story seems nice. Spells chest or champion item chest. Let's go champion item chest. Blue buff, Infinity Edge, Dragon's Claw. This makes Vice a lot easier, a lot harder to remove, and I think that's valuable. Then in the healer encounter, what do I want to cut? What's the weakest card in my deck? Maybe the Mighty Poro. I haven't played Mighty Poro once, and in fact I feel like I'm actively discarding it with other cards when I have it in my hand. So let's remove the Mighty Poro.
No power in this world can stop
And
me.
now Viego. This might be a problem. The opponent starts off with a Viego on board and I don't have a way to deal with it at the start of the game. I can only hope that I'll be able to play Vi on time. Okay, we do start off with a Vi at least. Let's play Eager Apprentice and then go Poro Stories. And then we'll just do this. Just try to get our Vi as large as possible by playing cards. So that once turn 5 comes around I can play Vi and hit the opponent for a ton. This will be able to block the Viego with Fearsome. We can jump block this guy here, I suppose. Develop some more units. Actually, Viego won't be the one that gets pulled. It will be the Camovoran Dragon. Because the dragon now has more health than the Viego. He will still struggle with killing the Vi though, because of the spell shield. So I think this is still correct.
That's how we do it.
What keywords did she get? Tech and... or Augment and Fated, okay. Some interesting choice of
Excuse me?
powers. It's fine. We still managed to kill the Viego. We're dealing some damage with the impact from the Eager Apprentice.
I learned that in class.
And most of the opponent's board is going to go away at the start of the next turn. So I'd say we're in a very good position. He does have a bunch of extra mana though. I don't really want to play Gotcha for full cost. In fact, I won't do it. I'm going to let the opponent play everything he wants here. Just so I can do this next turn. Sure, I end up burning a card, but I feel like this is still a better choice. Yeah, he can't kill Vi because we picked up the spell shield. Turns out that was the correct choice after all. It's always the correct choice to make your win con a bit harder to remove. That was a good showing. I think we're strong enough in order to go for the path that grants us the power. Titanify, Infinity Edge, Bright Staff. None of these are that exciting. Let's reroll. Spider Fang, Savage Shield. Fearsome. That at least removes Fearsome from the pool of keywords Vi can get off of the adaptation. Yeah, I think I'll take it. Makes Vi a little bit better. Team building, pair of force. Ascension. Nah, we need better stuff. Always have +1/+1 for each item on them, up to 3. That makes our units a bit better. Some of them at least. Only we have exactly 2 units with the same name, they have +3/+3. Nah, I'm going to pick up these cybernetic implants. And that way we are also incentivized to pick up more units, at least units that we already have in our deck. so that they get additional items on them. Let's reroll all of these, or mulligan all of these. I want to play them for the cost reduction. That's unfortunate, we didn't draw a Vi right away.
Happy to do whatever's needed. Wow, did you see that?
You know real value when you see it, my friend.
This is a bit of an unfortunate start. Let's see what the opponent does with that lucky find. Depending on what he does, I'll play something different. Okay. I was if the opponent got what's it called, spell shield, I would have played something different there. But since he didn't get spell shield, I was fine to just use that gotcha as removal for the unit to use the lucky find on. First time before summons a unit, yeah. Strike. That's fine. Let's get a Vi here, please. Perfect. And here I'm not worried about the opponent. Actually, now I'm worried. He got spell shield. It's fine, I can use the Poro Stories to generate a jump blocker. Let's drop an infection Poro. Unfortunately, I won't be able to play Vi this turn. But I think that's fine, I'll just develop a bunch of cheap units. Just to act as a way to buff up the Vi for the next turn. In fact, I even managed to level up the Poro King. I could play the Poro King for once, but Vi is a lot more valuable.
Didn't lose any relics on the ride over, did you?
No.
Let's drop down the Vi, she gets a free attack off. We got Brash and Spirit. That's a bit of a low roll. Well, Vi is still massive thanks to the little buddies. Bit unfortunate that the opponent just managed to use a card removed by spell shield. But at least she's not at the risk of dying anytime soon thanks to the high amount of health and regeneration she has. I'm just going to play the Poro King just to say I've played the Poro King. Yay, we'll level him up and he might actually do something here. Depends on if the ricochet actually clears my board or not. It doesn't. There. Poro King did see play this adventure. I wasn't expecting that. With the amount of times the Poro King just sat in my hand doing nothing, I figured I would go the entire run without actually playing it. Frosted Snacks, Poro Fly, Guiding Touch. I was going to reroll, but the fact that Frosted Snacks has X-Tech Fabricator means it can actually give my units more items, and I think that's valuable enough in order to warrant choosing it over a reroll. Sweet Solitude, Endurance, get Swole. Nah, we can do better than all of these. Allies have fated. When you draw a card, give allies +1/+0 this round. When you damage the enemy nexus, they're the top ally. Let's pick up Higher Education. We do a decent amount of drawing, and it does have a decent synergy with our power, because our power baseline also cares about drawing cards to buff my units. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. It's the first unit, right? When the player plays their first unit each round, if there are 2+ units in play. So as soon as I play this unit, I trigger the 50-50. So let's see if I get lucky or not. Actually, I got unlucky.
Save a life. I must.
That's not great. I'll do this. Try to level up the Poro King.
If it's made of sand, I can ride it.
The unfortunate part is that the opponent's units have overwhelmed, so I can't just jump block his attackers with
Take the chosen to safety.
the Poro King
I'm on it. I learned
or the or Poros. And we hit the second Dune Swallower. That's yikes.
Now I've lost my place.
I can mitigate the damage I take by doing this. Phantom Conservator. It's a form of removal. I think that's necessary. Still kind of sad that I'm losing out on the Astute Academic.
Save the chosen.
At least most of the units I have got benefits from the buff from the little buddies. Can I actually get Vida on this turn? I actually can. This goes up to 9. The opponent got... that's 3 times in a row. The opponent got lucky and hit... Right, I no longer proc little buddies because Vi no longer is no longer at a high attack value or a high enough attack value. That's unfortunate. Vi is going to have to come down next turn. But damn, the opponent hit his power 3 times in a row, so now I have to deal with 3 Dune Swallowers. I don't think I can do that.
And leave all these wasters to you? No way!
Well, at least we got quick attack, so Vi is going to strike into one of them without losing barrier. So I can use the Vi to kill the other one. Can also drop down the Wiggly Burblefish. That can trade favorably into one of the others. It didn't attack. I thought he would want to get the damage through, but maybe he is afraid about losing his board. That's fine. Vi add Spell Shield. The only unfortunate part is that him being able to block the Wiggly Burblefish means he actually survives.
If I can save a life, I must.
Let's drop down the Poro King. Start getting those upgraded snacks. That way our Poros become better blockers. And now the opponent finally misses on one of his hits for the Dune Swallower. Now when it's no longer relevant. Now he attacks. I guess now we can pull the better blockers out of the way. Let's do this. Try and Frostbite the highest attack or the highest attacker that's able to be affected by a spell. And I'll take the 6. It hurts a lot. I lost almost half of my health total here. But it's still better than straight up losing. Let's do Frosted Snacks there, just to remove that spell shield for later. And I think next turn I'll just go for an open attack and try to close out the game right away. I can still go for Bright Steel Formation first. Yeah, I'll do it. That way our entire board gets protection. in case the card the opponent drew was something that was actually relevant and not a 2-drop that had no impact on the board. Now we have a important choice up ahead. We can either go for a shop or a shop. Let's go for the bottom one. Dragon Tooth on the Protoporo is interesting. This is irrelevant. So is this. I'll take a Survey Core. Means a little bit more board presence, and I'll pick up a Protoporo just in case we generate a random one. That way it has a extra item on it. Do I want to cut the Veteran Investigator? It's the only card in my deck without an item. Even though it's card draw. Yeah, I'll cut it. I don't think we'll need it. Beat the cycle. When we faced off against this guy with Feliz, we didn't have a lot of trouble. So let's hope things stay the same this time around. Let's toss that. Toss the Chump Wump as well. We'll hopefully draw it. We didn't draw it off the Farsight Alteration. Damn it. And we drew the Gotcha as well. How should I do this? Let's put the Protoporo. See what the opponent does.
Pride was my end, as it will be yours.
Interesting. Let's attack like this and use the Frosted Snacks. Let's pick up Grandfather Rommel. Frosted Snacks. It doesn't set up a kill with the Mystic Shot, but we can kill it with the Gotcha, even though it feels kind of bad to use the Gotcha for something, for a full, for the full value instead of the discount. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it there. I was hoping the Ringblade Lookout would get an item that would allow him to survive a trade with the Nasus. Why is this going up to 5 attack? I guess it goes up to 5 attack after killing the Protoporo. Honestly, I'm healthy enough to the point where I don't care about taking 9. Let's just pass on that. Now I can either play the Poro King or... I'll play the Poro King. Just so that way we get him down on the board. We'll start getting more snacks this way. Let's drop down the Potiporo. We're nowhere near close to leveling up the Poro King, but that's fine. Poro King contests the Nasus. Why your own unit? Why not the Poro? Is he afraid that I'll buff up my Poros out of range? Maybe that's it. Well, I can still do this and frostbite your unit. So now you can't actually stack on your own units. He still got to cycle though. I bet that's important for him. I'll do that. I'll cycle the Mystic Shot for a Vi. Vi is important to get that board control going. Ooh. The blue buff actually came relevant here. Now I can empty my hand of these Sporo snacks. I can play the Vi next turn. I'll do it. I'll play Vi here. Wait, she doesn't destroy the landmarks? Why didn't she destroy the landmarks? She got the cost reduction because of the landmark. That's dumb. Oh well, I guess I'll override the landmark. Let's buff up the Poros. Let's attack with everything. The opponent's dying here. Okay, he's no longer dying here. But he has a lot of mana and he still has cards in hand, so it's not over for the opponent just yet. There's our second Vi. Well, now he dies next turn because I just play Vi. And Vi is enough to kill him. Unless he manages to pull off a miracle. Removes one of my units and draws a card, but that's not good enough. Yep. Well, that had a lot more back and forth than I wanted to have. I figured since Vi was at 5 stars, things would have been easier. I guess it might have been because I was playing with one less relic, but it was still a good run. So yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.